Let's get right into it. We're going to break this down because this needs to be known, being at the time that we are in right now, which are the signs of the time. You know, there's been a lot going on. People have been talking about chemtrails, smoke screens with wildfires, and dust storms coming to block the sun. I actually caught a picture of the sun the other day. I edited it, zoomed in on it, cropped it, made it smaller, made it bigger, larger, examined it, and it basically proves something very significant, that everything that's been going on is very true. Remember, I told you about the 7-year cycle. Certain events would happen between 2017 and 2024. Well, right now, this thing is in our solar system. Some people call it a binary star. Some people call it Planet X. Some people call it Planet 9. Some people call it Nibiru. Some people call it Netar. In the Bible, it's described as wormwood. Wormwood would throw a third of the stars to the earth and make the seas turn to blood, basically making the seas toxic. The Bible is written in metaphors, allegories, parables, and figurative language. For that reason, meaning it is a book of codes. You know, before there was even paper, everything was passed down verbally or written on stones. So let's break it down. Elohim is plural. It means more than one. That's why the book of Genesis says, Elohim said, let us create them in our image. When you go into the holy tablets or the Anunnaki text, it is the same story, you know, about creator gods that came to earth. Humanoid beings that look just like me and you, very tall. 9 ether beings to be exact, meaning they had woolly hair and skin like bronze, you know. But listen to this. In the Bible, it talks about Abraham, the father of many nations. It says, you know, remember he had a son named Ishmael from the Egyptian maidservant Hagar, because his wife could not produce, which was Sarah, who later on came to have Isaac. Now, it says Abraham was from the city of Ur. Where is the city of Ur? It is in ancient Mesopotamia, around where Babylon is from. That same region. This is where these cuneiform tablets and texts were found at, you know. That's why most of the stories that you have in the Bible, meaning the book, you know, which is a European word, you know, doesn't have all of the actual scriptures in their meaning. The reason that nobody understood Jesus in his time, because he was talking in metaphors. He was talking from an esoteric sense, meaning his inner essence, because he knew the eternal God lived within him, you know. That's why Psalms 82 says, ye are all gods and children of the Most High. That's why Jesus told the disciples, which means the discipline, that you will be able to perform the things in which I have and even work greater wonders. Now let's get back to what I was saying. Those same stories. Abraham, the father of many nations and religions, came from the city of Ur, which is in ancient Mesopotamia, where these cuneiform tablets were found and have all these same stories which are in the Bible, you know. Now, when you look up what Genesis means, in Hebrew, it means Bereshith, in the beginning, you know. In the beginning, Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. So once you translate Elohim, or the 7 Elohas, which correlates with the 7 planetary bodies in this solar system, you know, Genesis really means the generations of Isis. When you look up Isis, it goes back to Natar, which we know as Nibiru, this planet that comes around on 12,000 year cycles, you know, which is in this age of Aquarius, which is the age of information. This is where you get apocalypse from. It's a great revealing, because as the poles shift on the planet, there is a frequency change. So it's uplifting a veil. So your spiritual eye is being activated, so you will be able to see things in which you didn't normally see. Now let's break down Israel. You know, Israel is 3 names, you know. Now I'm going to give you the esoteric knowledge of it. Is stands for Isis, generations of Isis. Ra stands for the sun, the central star, which they call in the solar system, which produces plasma and life and makes every living organism on this planet bloom, you know, from its divine frequency in its plasma. Just like the sun produces plasma, there is plasma in your DNA, in your body. This is where the divine spark is, and your spirit is housed by the electrons. And it talks about in the beginning, atom. Man was created from atoms and protons. Protons is the photons, energy that comes from the sun. Now let's get to El. Is Isis, Ra, Sun, El, Elohim, which is plural, meaning more than one. That's why it says in the beginning, Elohim said, let us create them in our image, you know. So Genesis, generations of Isis. Everything is in reverse. That's why in this esoteric book of Secrets of Esoteric Christianity, the earlier church, they demonized it because it broke down all the esoteric inner knowledge which Jesus was speaking of, you know. The stuff that they tell you is witchcraft and magic. Magic just means mathematics. We all have our own magnetic sphere in our body that is aligned with our chakras, which is our kundalini energy. It's aligned our spine that uplifts from your low state, you know, which chakra is red, deals with survival and security, which is your root chakra, up to your head, which is your crown chakra, which is violet, the highest color of awareness. That's why the sun produces these ultraviolet rays, you know. If you look in the sun too long and sun gaze, you'll start to see these rainbow color reflections. Because it's rainbows and crystals and all of these other things has a significant role with the Most High God. You know, it's elemental, it's energy, it's divine frequency. That's why when you say Yad He Va He, those are sound waves and vibrations speaking from your throat chakra, you know. Now remember, Abraham came from the city of Ur, which was in Mesopotamia, around where Babylon was at. This is where the cuneiform tablets was found. This is where you get these Anunnaki stories and these hieroglyphs. Believe it or not, the ancient Egyptians, they got all of their information from them, you know. The Israelites, you know, they weren't even called the Israelites in that time. They were called the Shemites. The Shemites comes from the word Shemesh. The Shemesh means the sun. Children